So, real quick, America's man's man. Just a couple weird things going on. Family Guy acquired by Disney, the purveyors of pornography for children in the form of movies. You all remember The Lion King, Sex in the Sky, and Aladdin. Good teens, take off your clothes. This is what Disney does for a living. This is how they make their money. And now, with Disney acquiring Family Guy, they're becoming even more brazen. In an episode produced of Family Guy, which was produced after the Disney acquisition of Fox Television, Meg Griffin. Remember, this is the same show that where President Trump raped Meg Griffin. So this is really high comedy. It's going downhill. I'm sorry, you can't. It's like Disney acquiring Star Wars. That was a disaster. Now Family Guy. It's so incompatible. It's like trying to stick a penis in a man's anus. It just doesn't work. It's unnatural, right? Anyway, so Family Guy. They have an episode where Meg Griffin apparently is bounced to orgasm by Santa Claus. And they're all about the product placement, and for obvious reasons, Disney's venture known as Moana didn't fare so well. It did about as well as that New Orleans princess movie with the voodoo boogeyman. I don't even remember the name of it. With the frog thing. Anyway, not the successful frog thing with Tangled, the other one. Anyway, so Moana not doing so well, so they're putting product placement in Family Guy of all places, because Disney knows, well, kids watch Family Guy. It's a cartoon, so it's made primarily to get children into licentious BS. So anyway, long story short, Santa Claus bounces Meg to orgasm, and Brian Griffin, the dog, explains to Stewie, the baby, that Santa Claus made Meg Griffin's, and I quote, Little Mermaid Moana. So Disney is getting ever. This is what Disney is known for, besides the creepy, weird stuff. Today's Disney, not Walt. Walt Disney was a different animal, but today's communist Disney, Walt, told us all that communists were taking over his studio and most of Hollywood and all of Hollywood today, and they succeeded. So this is how Disney decides that they're going to do product placement. They're very aggressive about product placement across all of their properties. It's one of the ways they're so successful, because let's face it, it's not about the art these days. It's not about the art. It's about the branding and synergistic product placement and synergistic branding and cross synergistic cross branding, what have you, cross promotion, and so this is how the new Disney owned Family Guy is doing product placement for Disney's failing movie properties. Is that they're putting, whereas obviously Family Guy was once very critical of Walt Disney, probably overly so, for his anti-Semitic views and all that. Today the new the new Disney loving Family Guy is product placing Moana and the Little Mermaid, evidently by saying that Meg Griffin's that Santa Claus bouncing Meg Griffin on her knee made Meg Griffin's Little Mermaid Moana. And this is the same company, by the way, which is bringing the ill-informed, low-information consumer of fake news their information about what's going on in the world in the form of ABC. Disney-owned ABC. Disney-owned ABC, product placing Disney movies in Family Guy by talking about how Santa Claus made Meg Griffin's Little Mermaid, Moana, real wholesome stuff, real trustworthy. But, you're dealing with the fake news infotainment company. That's why you should never, just another reason you should never, ever, ever trust the fake news. This is America's Man's Man, proudly banned by Facebook and Google. Check me out on americasmansman.com. I know you already do, but, too much is never enough, as MTV used to say.